How wide or how narrow your palms are on the mat, it will depend on your shoulder mobility. So just find a place where you don't feel any painful sensation in the shoulders.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another Yin Yoga class. My name is Eli and I'm very happy to have you today with me practicing on the mat. Today we're going to do a class for the spine. So we're going to be doing different movements for this group of vertebrae that allow us so many movements. So we're going to start with butterfly. This is a great pose. You will find it in a lot of the yin classes because it targets a lot of joints, a lot of muscles. So it's very versatile to have it as a pose. So make a diamond shape with your legs. The closer your feet to you, that greater the stress, especially in your groin area and your adductors. The farther away, the lesser the stress. But today we're concentrating on the spine. So we're going to start bending forward. The more away your feet are, the more accessible this folding forward becomes. So please choose a variation that works for you. And remember, when you start coming into the pose, observe that you are in the right pose for you, that is effective, that you are actually touching and targeting those areas that you're supposed to target with the pose without feeling any pain. Discomfort is okay. Pain is a different story. I usually talk about the difference between pain and discomfort in my anatomy courses, in my anatomy classes. So we can check it out in another video. This is a very interesting topic to understand pain and discomfort, but I know that you know when something doesn't feel right. So just listen to those sensations. When we are surrendering to the pose, allowing gravity to pull us down, no need for you to pull yourself anywhere. The gravity and time will do their work. Good. So we're going to start coming out of the pose. We're going to bring the knees towards each other and stop here for a moment just to have that sensation of what are we experiencing here. We're going to drop the legs to the floor and start moving to our child pose. Because we're working today with the spine, we're going to practice this child pose with the knees together because this will allow a greater flexion in the spine. So place your knees together and we're going to start coming to the mat, whether your forehead makes it to the mat or not. Keep your hands in the front, palms on the floor. You can bend the elbows for now. We're going to incorporate the arms in a little bit in the next pose. But for now, just maybe closing your eyes and listening to my voice. There is no need to look around, even to look at the screen to see anything because we are not doing anything yet. The idea of the yin practice is to come inwards. It's about insight. It's about observing what is happening inside of us, not outside. Good. A few more moments in this pose. And we're gonna start coming off the pose by placing your hands on the mat and lifting your pelvis. Placing your hips on top of your knees in tabletop for a moment. Observing especially the area of the lumbar spine, the area that we were stretching the muscles of the back. And we are going to start threading the needle. So keep your hips on top of your knees. You're going to move the right hand forward just to let me bring my timer here, to start moving your left hand in between, placing your left shoulder on the floor. And you can keep your right arm extended. What we're doing here with the spine is actually we are twisting from the upper portion of the spine, the thoracic spine, which is the section of the spine that is made to twist. Because of the shape of the bones that we have in the thoracic spine, we can twist. And this is what we're doing here. We're changing the position of the shoulders in relation to the position of the pelvis. That is the anatomical definition of a twist. Try to keep the left ear on the floor. So we also incorporate the cervical spine, your neck. Good. And very softly, we're going to start moving out of the pose. Move your right hand closer to your face to have support. We're going to stop in this tabletop for just a few seconds to observe, to feel this rebound, this group of feelings and sensations that some of us feel like a rush of blood or energy or water moving around the joints that we were just stressing. We're gonna do the same on the other side. So extend your left hand in front of you and start moving your right shoulder towards the floor, keeping your left arm extended in front of you. Now placing your right ear on the floor, feeling the nice stretch in your obliques, the muscles of your back while you are twisting the spine, squeezing the organs. The spine has the ability to move in different directions. It can bend forward and backwards. We can bend laterally. We can twist. So all those movements we're going to be practicing in these classes dedicated to the spine. Of course, other joints are involved, but the spine is the start of these classes. Good. We're going to start moving out of the pose. Be very gentle and careful when you're coming out of the pose. We're going to just rest a little bit our knees, coming to sit on our heels for a moment. Kind of like to recenter before moving to the next pose. Good. And the next pose is going to start same in tabletop. So come back to tabletop. Keep your hips on top of your knees. Move your hands to the front. Now this time both hands are going to move to the front. I like to have my timer here. And start melting your chest down. It can be that your forehead makes it all the way down to the floor. It may not. You may hold it in the air, which is fine. We are also using the compression in the shoulder area. How wide or how narrow your palms are on the mat, it will depend on your shoulder mobility. So just find a place where you don't feel any painful sensation in the shoulders. It's not the idea. Some discomfort, of course, will come. Yin yoga is not restorative. We are aiming to stress tissues, muscles, fascia, joints, bones, ligaments, tendons, but in a passive way, so no pain is involved. Some discomfort, it's okay. Feel how the gravity is pulling you probably down. That's why we want to be with the attention inwards to observe those sensations of the gravity in our bodies. Good. We're going to start coming out of the pose. So very gingerly start moving your hands back to tabletop. Pause here to give a break to the shoulders. And very gently start moving your hips back again to rest your spine. We're coming to the end of the class, so it's important to neutralize the spine, allowing the spine to go back to its natural shape. We're extending, increasing the lordotic curvature that we have in the lumbar spine. And with this, we finish the class for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed these different movements that we did with the spine today. Remember to take it easy before you go back to your daily activities. Keep yourself hydrated, and I will meet you back here in another class very soon. See you. Bye.